So, bro, over the weekend, man, I was told something crazy that I want to get your opinion on. I just want to hear your thoughts on. So, would you consider footwork a part of a player's bag?
Yes.
Like if he has elite footwork, is that part of his bag? You saying yes?
Yeah. Yes. Footwork is skill set. That's
Yes.
a part of skill set. So of course,
Yes.
Kobe Bryant, Hakeem, guys like that. Definitely,
Yes.
footwork is a skill set.
Yeah. And I was hesitant on saying the player's name because, just to kind of protect the privacy and stuff. But I was told for whatever reason that Devin Booker doesn't have a bag. And I mentioned off rip footwork. His footwork is crazy when we talk about, Kobe disciples and everything like that.
Yeah.
But it's like to think that someone who's capable of putting up those types of numbers and not be extremely athletic and not have a bag. So it's like, how can you produce like that but still have no bag at all?
It's just, it's funny that whoever told you that, was it an NBA player or was it?
Of course not. Of course not.
No,
Of course not. And again,
crazy.
play this. I never bring up opinions of people on this show that I don't respect. Like I would never entertain a troll on this show. I don't feel me. But the person there is very energetic about stating that this young man lacks a bag.
Yeah, I think what happens is the same people that say Giannis Antetokounmpo lacks a bag because he's a hybrid player. You know what I'm saying? It's very difficult for people to understand that, like, he's not really a big man. He's not really a wing, but it's just kind of like he has the ball in his hands 24/7. So he's on the perimeter. So you compare him to guys like Kawhi, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, guys who have a better overall offensive package when we talk about just handle, creating off the dribble, scoring at the second and the third zone on a basketball court. But it's kind of like what Giannis does is simple, you know what I'm saying? But he still has a skill set because athleticism is a skill set,
Yes.
Drawing fouls is a skill set. And footwork, like you're talking about with Devin Booker, is a skill set. So Devin Booker's game is very simple. He's not like a James Harden where he's going to break you down multiple dribbles. He may not even break you down, let's say, like a Kawhi Leonard. Like Kawhi Leonard can break you down at times. But it's just kind of like Devin Booker has a bag because he's so skilled in the way he's able to operate and get his shot off at any angle, any spot on the floor. And understand the pointillistic details on the basketball court when it comes to getting to your angles and spots. That's a skill.
Yes.
So it's just kind of like Devin Booker may not have a dribble package like a James Harden, Allen Iverson, Stephen Curry, but when he has the footwork, understand how to get to his spots, pump fakes, it's kind of like he can do it. Crossover, simple crossover. He doesn't need 3, 4, 5, 6 crossover. He can get you with 1 or 2, similar like Kobe Bryant. It's just kind of like, so saying that Devin Booker doesn't have a bag or a package just because he isn't fancy is the same thing that people try to do with Giannis Antetokounmpo. So it's just kind of like Devin Booker is skilled. He does have a bag. It may not be like a James Harden, Allen Iverson, Stephen Curry, Kyrie Irving, but he has a bag. So
and it's crazy too. I'm so glad you mentioned pump fakes too, because I think people, when we talk about having a bag, people only think about dribbling. You feel me? Like people just like the crossover. Like, yo, you can really get someone without dribbling at all. Between the jab, the pump, the footwork without traveling, like that's a part of your bag.
Exactly.
Like you feel me? Because if you don't have it, you're gonna travel. So I get it. Everyone likes the the dribbling and the crossing and the shaking and all that stuff. But like, all that stuff is included in a bag. That's a part of it. You feel me?
Fundamentally sound. Devin Booker's fundamentally sound. Kobe Bryant's fundamentally sound. Players like that, Kawhi Leonard fundamentally sound. Kevin Durant fundamentally sound. Like, it's just kind of like not everybody's gonna have a package like an Allen Iverson or Stephen Curry or Kyrie Irving or James Harden when we talk about a dribbling package. But it's just like, of course, that is the advanced like level of skill and mastery and artistry.
Right.
So, but it's just kind of like, if you can get to your spot and you can score and you still averaging 30 and 40 without doing all that, what's the problem? Look at Michael Jordan. Does Michael Jordan have a bag?
Like, where do we draw the line?
You know what I'm saying? Does Michael Jordan have a bag? Because Michael Jordan wasn't hitting cats with 3, 4, 5 combos. His pump fake, his footwork, his fadeaway. It's just kind of like understanding his spots on the basketball court, getting to his spots, 1, 2 pull up, dribble, swoosh. That's all part of a bag. Shooting is just like, being able to shoot can be considered being a part of a bag because you have to be fundamentally sound and know how to shoot the basketball. And it's just kind of like guys can, it's just one guy, I'm not going to say his name, like that it's always a clip on. There's always a clip on like social media, him just dribbling, and then he can't shoot. It's just like people like he got a bag, but it's just like, well,
it's useless.
It's useless. He's not doing nothing.
Yeah. What's the bag for if you can't travel? Like, what the hell?
It's like you can't finish. If you can't finish, like you doing all that, exerting all that energy, and you can't finish. So it's just like,
yeah.
Nah.
And there's a lot of guys I feel like that probably haven't made it too far because of that. Right?
Yeah, that's
like,
a great
all
argument.
that dribbling shit, but if you ain't producing buckets, what are we doing?
It's so many guys that I know right now that I've grew up and played against that were way better than me. When we talk about like open gym, on the street, playing street ball. But when it came to that game, being in real moments, possessions, they couldn't perform or produce because their game was tailor-made to kind of like just having that street ball style play, having that bag or having that package or doing all these crazy things. But in a real game, that shit don't really
produce.
It don't produce like the way people think it is. It's good for like, highlights and on the streets. He going crazy.
The oohs, the ahs,
oohs and ahs,
he likes, but
you got to know how to play the game too. And
get some dubs.
And that makes the best players that can do both. Like a James Harden, Allen Iverson, Stephen Curry, like guys that like, and even Kobe Bryant. People sleep on Kobe Bryant, but Kobe Bryant was like hooping in the streets too. Like in Philly, like Kobe Bryant really blended that hooper / street ball element to his game to being a sophisticated basketball player as well. So it's just kind of like people don't talk about that style of Kobe Bryant. But yeah, like it's crazy. I
mean, I just wanted to start the show asking that question too, because just the idea of bag or no bag. So let me ask you this too, though. This is the last part before we'll hop into summer league talk.
Yeah.
Do you think Tim Duncan had a bag?
Tim Duncan was incredibly skilled. Like he didn't have a bag when it comes to like handling the ball and stuff like that. But like I said, similar to Devin Booker, like he was understanding his spots, getting in the post, having turnaround hook shots, footwork was very phenomenal. It's just kind of like that is a part of a skill set. So it's just kind of like we got to stop, like, that's why I always say skill set. I don't never say bag. I always talk about skill. It's tiers of skill sets and skills and stuff like that. Like people talk about like Giannis. I always use Giannis for example. Like Giannis is not the most skilled basketball player in the game, but he's still skilled in a variety of ways. When we talk about durability, when we talk about his motor, his quickness, agility, getting up and down the basketball court, handling ability from going from point A to point B and be able to handle the ball and then slash and Euro step and get to the rim. And so it's just like, I always talk about skill. Like the whole bag concept is kind of like really annoying because people just talk about dribbling. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And that's what I was going to say too. Can a post player have a bag? Right? Does Hakeem have a bag? You know what I'm saying? Like even though he wasn't doing it on like the perimeter OD like from the 3-point line,
he was going crazy.
The moves, exactly.
Pump fakes and stuff like Anthony Davis is a perfect example. Anthony Davis is a full package. You know what I'm saying? He can do everything: perimeter, post, low block. 3-point line, handle the ball. So that's what I'm saying. Like he's a full. That's a guy that's a well-rounded player when we talk about on a basketball as a basketball player, but also as skill set wise of having everything. So it's just kind of like a few guys in the league have everything. Not everybody has everything. Like Kevin Durant kind of has everything. Anthony Davis has everything. Like LeBron is the greatest all-around player in the game. Like he may not have the handle. He can handle the ball. LeBron can handle. You're not taking the ball from LeBron, but it's just kind of like but he's not handling like a Kevin Durant or handling like a James Harden, but he still can do everything. So it's just kind of like it's annoying because you always hear that on Twitter and like social media and analysts and stuff like that talk about the whole bag concept and stuff like that. Like it's you have to really break things down to like skill set wise and stuff like that because people really go crazy with this whole concept of like Devin Booker doesn't have a bag. Okay, Devin Booker is extremely skilled and polished. Like he doesn't need to do 3, 4, 5 dribble counter moves, step backs and hit a three. He doesn't need to be like
just
Kyrie
to hear that out loud. Devin Booker doesn't have a bag. That just like
it doesn't even make sense.
That just sounds crazy. That just
doesn't make
crazy.
sense.
But I just had to ask that to address that because again, I think that should be the name of the segment at some point. The bullshit that these hears over the weekend, and that was that was one of them. But yeah, man. So talk to me about Summer League, bro. A lot of action going on.
You talk to me. You talk to me about Summer League. Who stood out so far?
I tell you one name.
It's been early. Go ahead.
Yeah, but I say
it's early. But who
out there?
Who you been enjoying watching so far?
Jalen. funny is you probably you don't know which one I'm talking about. So, but I was gonna say Jalen Suggs. Jalen Suggs.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. No, he had a solid debut. And honestly, that whole Orlando team, I kind of like what they're building down there. They're very, very young. They have some young pieces, young talent out there. I know they're still, looking for that superstar or that one draft pick that can really take them over to the next step. But go ahead. What was your question?
Do you think it's going to be Jalen Suggs to take them?
It can be. I mean, he's a winner. He's a winner. I like the way he plays, and he's a leader too. I think this situation where he wants to be in that presence of being a great basketball player, and he's not running from that. I mean, look, it was just one summer league game. I'm not about to crown him the savior of Orlando.
He's won in Gonzaga and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think that situation with the Orlando Magic is not a great situation for him, but his first game was impressive as well. Like you said, he's going to play hard. To me, it's kind of like he's going to be a really, really good player in the NBA. I don't know necessarily if he's going to be a franchise type of player, but who knows? Maybe in a couple of years we're going to see. But Orlando, I don't know what Orlando's doing because like Jalen Suggs is a guard, Markelle Fultz is a guard, Cole Anthony is a guard. They got 3 guards. And
RJ,
I'm RJ. It's just I'm RJ Hampton. It's just they got 4 guards like that, and it's just kind of talent wise, RJ Hampton's the most talented out of that group. But it's just like they're gonna probably have to trade one of those guys. It's not gonna be Suggs. It probably won't be R.J. Hampton. They just got him. So it's probably going to be either Cole Anthony or Markelle Fultz, I'm assuming. So it's just kind of like, I don't know what they're building down in Orlando. It kind of doesn't make sense. And I was hoping for Suggs' sake, he could have gone to like the Toronto Raptors. I thought that would have been a perfect situation for him because that's a winning organization. Like to go down there to be in Orlando, you're kind of supposed to be like maybe this franchise caliber guy. I don't view him as that, but it's people and GMs and stuff that's going to view him as that. Like, oh, he's supposed to be like the savior kind of in a way. I don't think that's going to be, that situation. I hope I'm wrong, but I hope we don't look back in Jalen Suggs' first few years in the league and he may be producing, points and assists and stuff like that. I hope we don't look back and like, it's a similar situation of Victor Oladipo when Victor Oladipo got drafted with the Orlando Magic. So we'll see though.
But he had some solid years with Orlando. I mean, I don't think anyone is looking, at least on Orlando, looking to Jalen to like bring them a championship just because, unfortunately, that
top five
franchise,
top 5.
Yeah, but it's not like that franchise has been to like mad chips and all of a sudden they're in a 3-year drought.
Yeah,
they've had some decent times, but they're not like the Celtics or the Lakers that have a rich history and tradition when it comes to that.
Of course not.
But I mean, I like the way he plays. I think he can definitely make some noise. Another guy, obviously, top pick, Cade. It'll be interesting to see what he does with Detroit. And I think too, and we don't have to necessarily dive into who our Rookie of the Year candidates are, but one thing I will say is that he has an opportunity, right? And it's not as crowded in Detroit. Like you mentioned, Jalen Suggs, right? That's a crowded backcourt, right? Detroit, it's Cade, run.
Mm-hmm.
Run.
Yeah,
right?
that's facts.
It's not too much going on in that backcourt.
Yeah, that's facts because like I'm telling you something, Cole Anthony ain't backing down to nobody. Like
that's good. That's
like,
good.
Markelle Fultz ain't backing down to nobody.
That's good.
Like these guys got something to prove. Like RJ Hampton ain't backing down to nobody. So it's just kind of like even that it's just that lets me know that somebody got to get traded because like you gonna have a bunch of guys that's like all young, all around the same age, all feel like like I can. I've been on teams where. Like, I've been on teams where I've been, like, it's been multiple guards, and every one of us have been good and elite, but we're also, it's kind of like AAU. You're looking at guys like, he not better than me. So that's what's going to happen in Orlando. That's why I said they're going to have to trade maybe one or maybe two of those guys, maybe get, like, a small forward or something to come back because, like, it's going to be those times, and it's going to be a long season in Orlando because it's going to be times where people are going to be like, he not, like, Jalen Suggs not better than me. Like, Markelle Fultz is not better than me. Like, RJ Hampton is like, I'm the most talented out the group. Like, so it's gonna be interesting in Orlando. I don't know what Orlando's doing right now. They seem like they draft the same players every year. I really don't.
It's a youth movement. It's definitely a youth movement. I think it's going to be a learn together as because there's not much veterans on that roster. So they're just gonna have to learn together.
Poverty franchise.
Poverty franchise.
No, but let's talk about another Jalen. Now this is the real deal, Jalen, in my opinion. Not saying that Jalen Suggs is not the real deal.
Right. No, I got you.
Jalen Green is the real deal. Jalen Green, I've seen enough. I don't have to watch another summer league game. Just tell me when the season starts. Jalen Green is going to be a superstar in this league. He's that special. If people talk about disciples, he looking like a Michael Jordan disciple on the basketball court. Like, he is special. He is special. Like, he is special. He's special. He's different. He's different, man. He's different.
I agree with about 87% of that statement. So, are we getting ready to call a young man a Michael Jordan disciple?
I'm calling him Michael
Jordan.
Summer
League game. And I love Jalen Green.
No. I'm talking about his skill set. I'm talking about his overall scoring, his attitude on the basketball court, the way he wants it. I'm saying he's a Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant disciple off rip. And he's going to lead the league in scoring someday. 2 years.
I'm smelling a hot take coming. Go ahead, run. Go ahead.
2 years. Let me tell you something. 2 years, that top 25 and under going to look real different. And I'm telling you, that boy Jalen Green going to be in that top 5. He knocking somebody out. That's how special I believe he is. He is special. It's just like you see guys that come in and just have that it moment, that it factor, and you just be like, yo, wow, like he's that guy. I've been saying this for a while. I was telling you, like, if I was a team, I know Cade Cunningham is great, but it's something about Jalen Green that you just can't teach. And then if you're GMs, I understand it, because they kind of get in this, like, the mode of, like, they're looking at players like, you got Jalen Green, you got Cade Cunningham. You got one guy that's a all-around type of player that can be a do-everything type of player, do-everything type of forward. Then you got another guy that can be, like, a phenomenal just scorer that we can give the ball to and say, bring us home. So you look at those play styles, you see Cade Cunningham has a LeBron type of play style. You look at Jalen Green that has like a Kobe type of play style. So it's just like, what play style do you want? And it's just kind of like, it just depends. But it's just like, to me, I'm looking at those two players. I want that Kobe Bryant type of play style, because I see Jalen Green. He's special, So
listen, I'm very glad.
Cade Cunningham special as well. So I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying Jalen Green he's different.
Right. Listen, I'm very glad you continue to say the words play style and not necessarily they're going to be like.
No, I don't. You're not gonna catch me with that nonsense.
But come on, let's at least see some regular season.
I see
basketball.
I see
superstar.
Summer League,
bro. I want them to shine. But come on, let's hang on. This is Vegas.
Roll the tape. Roll the tape back in a couple weeks when.
I'm not saying you're gonna be wrong. That's not what I'm saying.
In a couple months, when we're gonna put this tape in a couple months when Jalen Green go for his first 40 or first 50 as a rookie, then I'm gonna roll this tape back and I'm gonna be like LeVar Ball, I told you so.
All right, bet. All right, please keep that same energy, because like I said, I hope that ends up being the case. All I'm saying is I'm just not gonna let no summer league game dictate my thought process on the whole thing. Like, I even agree with the idea of, Jalen Green being a scorer, Cade being able to do a little bit of everything. I agree with that. But the same way you feel about not crowning champions in August.
Yeah, I'm not.
I ain't about to crown no rookie of the year in August either.
I'm not crowning a rookie of the year. I'm just saying that, like, you're certain guys that you watch. I saw LaMelo Ball at 14 years old. I knew he was going to the NBA, and people were talking about for years after that, like, he's not going to the NBA. He's not this. He's not that. He's an Instagram hooper. All these things. It's like certain people, you watch the game, you just know with your eyes. He's it. And that's what I'm saying about Jalen Green. He's it. But speaking about LaMelo Ball, I told you so, Mr. LaMelo Ball. Talk about Jello. Like, have you been watching him play?
Yes.
Have you been impressed with what Jello's been doing?
Absolutely. Definitely.
Getting his moment.
Yeah, definitely happy for him, because again, just the idea of you got two brothers in the league, everyone talking about, you being the middle child and all that, but to make it to this point and thrive, right? Like, whether you make the case, okay, you made it here because of your last name, he was succeeding in the game that I saw. So it's like, that's definitely dope to see and happy for him. But yeah, as a matter of fact, I'll save one of the Q&A or whatever mailbags, but someone asked me about that. What are my thoughts on him, being on the Hornets and officially making an actual roster this year?
We might as well get right into it.
No, that's not bad.
Get right.
All right, y'all. So we about to, jump into this little Q&A /mailbag segment. For those that don't know, I had something on my Instagram story at the Elijah. If you have a question for No Pump Fakes, and as well, Ahmad, if you want to, to have people ask you
at AK. Yeah, I'm start doing it at AKIS NBA. You can ask me any question that you guys want to talk about.
For sure. We'll talk about on the show for sure. So one of them was that I got was LiAngelo Ball makes an NBA roster post Summer League. What you think about that? Does he make an NBA roster post Summer League?
He may make the Charlotte Hornets roster, and he should make the Charlotte Hornets roster because I'll say this. Duncan Robinson went from D3 to D1, and then he went to the Summer League. Then he made the Heat's roster, and he just signed a bag, 5-year, $90 million contract. Shooting's at an all-time premium in the NBA right now. If you can shoot the pill, you have a chance. And Jello looks like he can be a specialist. If you can shoot the pill and also play defense, you have a better chance being a 3-and-D guy. You know what I'm saying? So if you can shoot the pill, play defense, and also accept your role, you even have a better chance of making an NBA roster. And it's kind of like with the Hornets, he's in a perfect situation. His brother's a franchise player, and people want to talk about he only got that look because his brother's a franchise player. Let me tell you something. Jello was a D1 player at UCLA. It's just like I can talk about. It's several guys in the NBA that have got opportunities and chances that I feel that it's kind of like, whether they deserved it or not, but like second and third, fourth chances. It's just like, so I can't be mad at Jello using, his nepotism with LaMelo Ball and his family to get a shot. And it's just kind of like, he can play. He can shoot the basketball. So it's just kind of like, and also when we seen him play with his brother in high school, they were phenomenal. So it's just kind of like I said, all those factors, if he shoot it, he can play D, accept his role. But if he can shoot it, so he has a chance. So it's just like, I wouldn't be shocked, especially on the Charlotte Hornets.
Yeah, especially when he's playing well, right? When you want to sit there and blame, okay, he's related to such and such. All right, cool. But once he steps foot on that court and starts hitting threes and starts producing, then there ain't no more excuses because now all 10 guys on that court are treated equally. But I will say, though, too, going off that, it's like, what are there, 450 guys in the league or something like that?
450. It's 450. Tough out here. Yeah,
I mean, you don't got to be a genius to know that that there's at least one other player in the world, in the country, wherever, that is better than at least one of the 450. The point of me saying that is that sometimes it's about fit, right? Sometimes I hate to say it, but it is about politics.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, once you get, just like any other job, once you get your foot in the door and you start working and people see that, you're going to stay. Exactly. And I think even though it's Summer League, I think he's proven that he can play in this league and stick around in this league and be successful in this league. Now, it would be dope as hell to see, him and his brother play together. I know, obviously, Zoe went to Chicago, but and then you talk about Malik Monk going to the Lakers, right? Yeah. So that's a wing that left the team. Jello's a wing. So, hey, I mean, it would be dope, right? I think it would just be cool to see them play together.
It's guys in the league right now that can shoot the pill. That's just 3 points. Reggie Bullock, Wayne Ellington, even JJ Redick. JJ Redick was a phenomenal college basketball player, but it took him years. He was down in Orlando. That wasn't the most smooth sailing at first. It took him years to really find his foot in the NBA. And this is a 6'2" marksman. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like Jello's 6'5" and probably will have a better chance of being a more, defensive player with his size and better to guard maybe less than a JJ Redick. But JJ Redick made millions of dollars, you know what I'm saying, being a marksman. Right. So if you could be like I said, his chances are you can be a 3-point specialist, you have a chance. You be a 3-point specialist and play defense, you have a better chance. You be a 3-point specialist, play defense, and accept your role. Then
be a good teammate.
Be a good teammate and not, sulk on the bench and stuff like that. You have a great chance. So I'm rooting for him. I'm always rooting for LeVar Ball because everything that he said is kind of came to life, and it's just kind of like, I support the Ball brothers. So
yeah, facts. I'm not mad at it at all. Not mad at all.
Let's hear another one.
Here we go. We're gonna keep them coming.
Hold on, before you go on, it's crazy.
Hey, I don't know. Hey, look, I got about.
Hold on.
I got some.
Okay. Go ahead. But before you go on, we talk about that 450 and feel like it's guys that's not in the NBA. It's crazy because it's a guy that's balling right now, going on pro-am runs, and that's Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas looks healthy. Isaiah Thomas looks slimmer. He looks like he has his burst, his quickness back. I know it's pro-am runs, but it's like you dropping 81 with Kobe shoes on and paying homage to Kobe Bryant. No matter, 81 is 81. I don't care what league it is. So it's just kind of like, it ain't the YMCA. You know what I'm saying? These are pro-ams. So it's just kind of like, Isaiah Thomas is a perfect example of guys that like, yo, he's good enough to be in the NBA. He may not get the opportunity. So it's just kind of like you talk about that 450, and there's guys that's not in the NBA that should be in the NBA. Like Michael Beasley is another guy. Michael Beasley is just so cold that he's just so cold. He can't be your 13th or 14th man guy because he's probably cooking cats in practice. He's cooking the 7th or 8th guy on the roster in practice. It's just like, damn, we really can't have him on the team because it's just like that. Like, it's
morale. You start thinking, damn.
Morale, like, is he going to get the playbook, understand the plays and stuff like that? What is he going to do when he get on the basketball court? So it's just kind of like, it's a lot of factors that goes in. But like you said about Jello, if he gets his opportunity, I hope he does. I hope, and also hope Isaiah Thomas gets another opportunity to get back in the league as well because he looks like he's back, especially on a title contender.
Please. Get that man a chip. But yeah, all right, so next one up. I got a lot of Ben Simmons requests on here. All right. Oh, gosh, you're going to like this one. You know what? Whoever said this, shout out to Trey. He definitely either listens to this podcast or heard what you said before. He said Ben Simmons to the Warriors will be a Western Conference Finals team.
Talk about
Ben Simmons to the Warriors, there'll be a Western Conference Finals team. And shout out to you, Trey. But the thing is, though, it's so easy to say a guy is going to a team but then not provide the trade package. Obviously, if Ben Simmons is going to that team, you know what I'm saying, and I don't know what they're giving up, all right, cool.
Yeah. Probably Draymond.
All right, fine. So let's say it's just a straight up swap, which I don't think is going to happen because both teams are in love with both of those guys. And the Warriors love Draymond, the Sixers love Ben Simmons, so that's not going to happen. So, but if it does,
Sixers don't love Ben Simmons the way they isolate this man on the island. They try to trade him twice in the same year. They love Ben Simmons,
bro. They just going through. They like a relationship. They're going through a rough time, but deep down inside, they love him. He was still the number one pick. They love that man, bro.
Rumor has it he's not answering the calls. He wants out.
Well, like I said,
I can't blame him. Now, can things reconcile? We saw Allen Iverson. We saw Allen Iverson request a trade and then come out and have one of the greatest NBA seasons after that.
So Kobe Bryant request a trade. Yeah, guys request a trade. There's bumps in relationships. I mean, it happens. But deep down inside, until they mess around and actually say, "Yo, you're traded," the way I see it, they love them. They love him. But yeah, to answer this person's questions, if Ben Simmons goes to the Warriors, that is going to be crazy as hell because then you'll have Steph, Clay, and Ben Simmons. Let's just assume that Draymond won't be on the team. Yeah. But I like that, though. That's. I don't know if I'm gonna get crazy and say that's a hot take.
You like it? I've been saying this.
Well,
now you like it.
No. First of all, for the record, I never said I hated it. Yeah, I never said it was they not making the playoffs.
But you've been down on Ben Simmons since the playoffs.
Oh, I have not. I've never been down on any part, but I've never been like talking crazy about any player like that. I'm just saying. No, there you go. I know what I've been saying. The timing in which the timing in which the Sixers are asking for a lot for him is crazy. That's what I've been saying. I'm not saying that he was a bad player, but if his most recent outing, again, I gotta bring it up again. But if that's your most recent shit, you might want to think twice about your demands.
But the Sixers can sit up and say they just saw Drew Holiday go for 4 first-round picks, and Ben Simmons is younger, just as good of a defender, if not better defender than Drew Holiday. Also, it's just like been to 2 All-Star games, so it's some validity in what they want. So I can understand why, maybe not right now at this certain moment, but it was a reason why that the Houston Rockets and the Philadelphia Sixers almost had a deal done with James Harden and Ben Simmons. So it's just kind of like that's something. So the guy is extremely talented. Now I'll say this: I've been a Ben Simmons supporter. This year is going to tell a lot. I don't care what team he's on. I got to see something. So. I got to see something.
One day we gotta have a segment about that. But before the season start, guys who have the most approved this season.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna be a list. It's probably gonna be a nasty. It's probably gonna be a nasty list on Slam.
Yeah,
we posted it.
Might piss some people off.
It'll piss some people off.
But it's gonna be the truth. It's gonna piss some people off. All right, next one. All right, scrolling through these. Who we got? Whoa. All right. Hornets and Brooklyn go 7 games in a playoff.
Next one.
No. I have to entertain this. There's a reason why I said this. I'll handle it for you. If
come on. This is what?
What? What?
Come on.
I'm gonna say it again. What? And I'm rooting for Charlotte. Again, they got my man's book night one time for UConn. But what?
Yeah. Come on.
Come on.
He's special too.
He's special, yeah. Yeah, and I don't want to seem biased and talk about him, but you know the vibes.
Yeah.
But come on, a team with Kevin Durant, James Harden, healthy Kyrie Irving, healthy James Harden. I'll add.
Healthy Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin is
KD fresh off winning the gold. In a way, I won't say KD's probably mad. I don't think he feels any type of he don't got nothing to prove. But come on, he didn't go out the way he wanted to last year. Come on,
yeah.
You got those 3 dudes who have something to prove. Come on, go 7. Now
he could have said somebody.
Unfortunately, I have a feeling that this person probably really does believe this because they didn't say Hornets are going to upset Brooklyn. You said go 7, so you probably thinking. But whoever, all right, this person. No, I'm not gonna say if they go 7. We're gonna say whatever. But just they're not. That's not going 7.
Yeah. Next one.
Oh yeah, next one. All right. Ooh. Okay. Damn. Again with the Ben Simmons agenda, and this is a different person. Ben Simmons will develop. Now, mind you, right? I didn't read any of these off on my IG story publicly. I wanted to wait until we recorded, so no one knows.
There's no pump fakes.
These are all Ben Simmons will develop a jumper in Golden State when the trade goes through. Most improved player season. Now, let me tackle the first part of this.
Sheesh, this a lot
Ben Simmons will develop a jumper. Let me make sure I read that. Will develop a jumper in Golden State when the trade goes through. Now, whether you think Ben Simmons is going to develop a jumper or not, okay, that's whatever. But why is it that you think he just automatically going to develop it once he goes to Golden State? Now, I get it. He's going to play with Steph and Klay, 2 of the greatest shooters of all time. But do you think just like that, it's just about to, and again, like I said, I want Ben to be able to develop a jumper. If he does, it's going to get spooky around the National Basketball Association. But I'm not going to say just because he's joining them means it's about to be, oh, shit, it's lights out.
It's more mental with Ben Simmons, I think, so of him not having a lack of jumper. I think it's more mental. Like I've seen the summer league when he first came into the league. It's just like I think it's more mental. Now, I'm not saying he doesn't need to work on his jumper. I'm not saying he can be a consistent, if he goes to worse or whatever. But sometimes, I keep telling you, sometimes you need a new situation to make you feel that, like I'm in a new situation, a fresh start. Like I ain't got nothing to lose. I'm done with that old chapter in my life. Sometimes players need a new situation. So it's just like, you never know what could happen. But I don't think it's like, that's just, I got to see it, you know what I'm saying? Because it's been years. Right. We got to see it to believe it. So it's just an improved jump shot. And that's not easy to do. I got you. Okay, damn, another Ben. Good God. All right, I'm going to skip that one for now because I'm tired of talking about Ben Simmons. But you're going to like this one. Tatum is next in line for that GOAT list. Oh, shit.
I'm going to let you,
I'm saying, over here saying, of course, and then I heard the GOAT list.
Yeah, let me finish the statement. Yeah. Tatum is next in line for that GOAT list. Shout out to my man Percy.
I think we talked about this. Maybe we didn't, or maybe we did in another podcast. I don't think any young player. I think after LeBron James retires and Kevin Durant retires, that's it for the GOAT list. It's kind of like rap. I look at Jason Tatum. I look at Luka Doncic. I look at Donovan Mitchell. I look at those guys. These cream of the crop guys. Devin Booker. Same way I look at Lil Baby. I look at Roddy Ricch. I look at Lil Uzi. I look at all these guys. It's just kind of like you got a whole bunch of young guys that are running the rap game, and you got a whole bunch of young guys that's about to run the league someday. But you know what? None of them is like trying to be the best. None of them is trying to be that GOAT. No, none of them. I don't see that that mentality for these guys, these young guys. And I think it's gonna go away. And I think it's good for the NBA. It's not good for rap. I think it's good for the NBA. That these guys aren't fixated on like having these like, oh, I'm trying to be the next GOAT. I'm trying to be the next LeBron. They focus on being themselves, trying to make a name for themselves. But it's just kind of like, I don't see any of these guys like really like going for that GOAT or like being that. I can't see any of these guys being I could be wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's early. They got so much left in their careers, but it's like to be in the GOAT conversation, you got to be either LeBron James, Michael Jordan, or Kobe Bryant. So it's just like, damn.
I'm gonna say this. There's no separation. Right?
Yeah.
When we talk about Tatum,
it's no separation.
Book, Donovan,
Luka, Trae Young,
even if you want to get, there's no one that's like, yo,
yeah, like,
he's here, And the rest,
and people, and you know how I was feeling. People used to try to do that with Luka, and it was like, no, Jason.
I'm a victim. I'm a victim.
Yeah, Trae Young is like, no. These guys are all at the same level. I was saying it for years. I was like, guys, come on now, like, watch the game. You got to see what Jason Tatum was doing as a rookie. You got to see, like, it's. So yeah,
I was a victim of the Luka belief, and yeah, and it's not just I think that I have Luka lower now. It's more of the fact that, again, playoff success, now seeing what Trae has done, and obviously what Tatum has done too. But yeah, that's just different. But I think if I had to guess, this person they threw the word "go" out there, but I think they mean Jason Tatum has the potential to be the best player in the league someday. Now they said "go" again,
without a question.
But that's a lot different though. Being the best player in the league and being a GOAT.
That's a big now. Now I would say that I believe that Luka Doncic and Trae Young are going to be, the next KD and LeBron when we talk about 1 and 2. I really feel that way for the young group.
You can't throw Tatum or Book in there?
I did throw Tatum.
For that matter?
I threw Tatum
and
Luka. I threw Tatum and Luka. I thought
you said Trae.
I said Tatum and Luka. I threw Tatum and Luka.
Tatum. I thought you said Trae. My bad.
Yeah. I mean Trae.
Hell yeah, but say if you play this, whichever one you're not saying, you know
how I feel about Trae. You know how I feel about Donovan Mitchell. But it's just like I can't be like, I'm a guy that always talk about like size doesn't matter in the NBA, but it does matter for a certain type of, like, it just helps. You know what I'm saying? It helps with Luka and Jason Tatum helping having that size 6'8" and stuff like that, and their game is gonna probably over the course of their career is gonna probably age a little bit more better compared to maybe like a Donovan Mitchell and Trae Young. So it's just like that's why I can say like that 1 and 2 punch probably gonna be Luka and Jason Tatum for years to come. But that doesn't mean that I'm not saying that Trae Young is not. Trae Young is, how I feel about Trae Young. If it's any guy,
we're seeing it now.
If it's any young player that I feel that can like disrupt that, it's him. So
yeah, I think like this. The race to Finals MVP is underway. That's the way I see it. The race, whichever one it is, and it was almost booked. 2 wins away. So if he would have won Finals MVP, that dialogue. All right. Yeah, next up, what we got? Ooh. Whoa. Okay. It's going to get a little personal, but let's get it going. LeBron stopped being the best in the league many years ago, and his continued success is credited to his being tailored to him, covering up his weaknesses offensively and defensively. Now, let me tackle this real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think some of it is because LeBron, if I had to guess, I don't want to say that you use the word rest, but he knows what's most important. There we go. He understands that the regular season is just a regular season. I'm not here for 82. I'm here to play in June. Right? There's a difference when you reach that level. So if I got to sacrifice, laying somewhat low key to make sure my body is right come June. Because if LeBron had these great MVP seasons at this point in his career, but then didn't do shit in the playoffs, we would still be talking about him. Now, obviously, this season didn't end the way he wanted, but just the idea of like, LeBron is still smart. We talked about this on the last episode. He sees the bigger picture. So I don't think it's just the fact that LeBron, he isn't playing the same offensively or defensively. This shit don't matter. I know what I'm saying. Once I get to the playoffs, I know what I bring to the table. I know that I could be LeBron James and still dominate whoever the hell I want to. Again, the timing of this is spot on because of what happened this year. But
no, I don't think it's spot on that happened this year because LeBron James was hurt, and the past 2, he's been in the LA for 3 seasons. Got hurt his first season, his second season, he was an MVP candidate, and then COVID happened. And he could have won MVP over Giannis. Who knows? Then this season, he was an MVP candidate. Then he got hurt. So it's just kind of like, what are we saying here? Like, it's just kind of like he's been an MVP candidate 2 out of the 3 years that he's been in Los Angeles. But it's just like, I will say that like the injuries, we really haven't seen this with LeBron James, and that's a factor to Father Time. Even though as great as LeBron James is, it's just like these injuries are starting to take longer than to cover. LeBron James ain't never been 3 years in a row, like 2 out of 3 years, LeBron James getting hurt. That's, what I'm saying? So it's like, we got to just start appreciating what's going on and what he's doing. And also, I just like people, it's like, I never seen the type of expectation, the type of scariness that people have for LeBron James. That just shows you how great he is for a 36-year-old man going on a bit, 37-year-old, about to be 37 in December on his 19th season. People, they're super team, got Russell, they're super team, Anthony Davis. Russell's not in his prime at OKC. LeBron James, and it's crazy. I think what scares people and when people say that is because LeBron James is whether you think he's the best player now or not, because we probably give it the edge to Kevin Durant. You even throw Giannis, whatever. But
this man is never gonna live that down.
But LeBron James is still, the past few years, it's like, even though he hasn't been in his prime, he's still been in that category of the best player in the world, which says a lot. And you can still be the best player in the world, which LeBron James showed us when he won a championship with the Los Angeles Lakers, when he was winning in 2018 with the Cleveland Cavaliers, even when you're not in your ultimate prime, ultimate peak. And that's what LeBron has been doing. And people love to say that, like, oh, LeBron James ain't been the best player in the world since Kevin Durant went to the Golden State Warriors and won that championship. That's just not true, because it's just like, you can have an argument that Kevin Durant closed the gap, but it's just like, teams matter, situations matter. It's just, nobody thought in 2018 that the Cleveland Cavaliers were going to beat the Golden State Warriors. So it's just like, it's easy to say some of these things, but it's like you said, LeBron James, the older he's got, he's seen the bigger picture, and the bigger picture isn't a regular season. It's more so the playoffs. So LeBron James now is chasing rings now. He's chasing one player. He's trying to get to 6. He's trying to get to 6. That's it. Because if he gets to 6, you have to ban me on every social media platform in America.
Because it's going to be right there with you.
It's going to be crazy.
6, that means Russ going to have 2. And folks are going to want to hate me.
Yeah, ain't going to hate me too.
Hey, we probably are. You are definitely hated by probably the entire Knicks community.
So, and I want to apologize because the Knicks just got Kemba Walker and
right, yeah.
That was before.
Please go with that. Yeah, please go with that. Yeah.
That was before. And the moves that they made now makes a little bit more sense since they got Kemba Walker, and now they have a big 3 possibly of Kemba Walker, Julius Randle, and maybe RJ Barrett, depending on how he develops his upcoming seasons. So that was before, but still though, they still could have had Kemba Walker, DeMar, and Julius Randle. So, but hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, but just make sure everyone knows that you said that statement about the Knicks in the last episode. I think it was like the day before Kemba got signed.
Yeah, the day before.
Some people saying, "What are you talking about?"
It was all my deals. It was all
time. Read the timestamps. Yeah, please.
It's crazy.
Please.
We gotta get into this cap or no cap because.
Yeah. Go ahead. Let's ride. You got one?
I want to talk about it because this.
Let it fly.
I posted on my story. I said that. Is Allen Iverson a top 10 talent of all time? And most people said no. So I want to ask you this. Cap or no cap, is Allen Iverson a top 10 talent, not player, talent in the history of the NBA?
Allen Iverson is a top 10 talent in the NBA. The way you worded it, I can't say cap or no cap because it's a question. But I will say he is a top 10 talent, in NBA history. Yep. And again, like you said, there's a difference between top 10 talent and top 10 player. I think player requires, we talk about achievements and everything like that. But talent, just talent alone.
Talent
alone. Now, it sucks, though, because, when you're a smaller player.
You always get left out. It's ridiculous.
No. I think it's the other way around. I think when you're a smart player, people give you more value because you're small. People say, obviously AI is pound for pound greatest player, because it's so like this. It's so easy for people to play the if game, right? When we're talking about AI. If AI was 6'10", he'd be the greatest player of all time.
I'm not doing that though. I'm just talking about what he was as a basketball player and what he did for Philadelphia. This guy could have gone. He could have gone pro in the NFL. Like that's talent. Like what are we doing?
You know who else probably could have done that? Your man Jalen Suggs, bro.
Stop it! Don't. We have a conversation.
I'm not comparing Jalen Suggs to AI. I'm saying
we having a conversation about Allen Iverson. You talking about Jalen Suggs? I don't know what. Stop it. We talking about a guy. We're talking about Allen Iverson. Like we talking about a real solidified Hooper legend. Relax. Don't.
Hey man.
Stop it. But yeah, this is like talent. I'm just saying, it's just like the skill set, what he was able to do with the Sixers. It's not too many guys that could have done. We look at the NBA right now, and I love Stephen Curry. But the amount of praise that Stephen Curry got this year, and talk about MVP, consideration. He's the best player in the world. His team didn't even make the playoffs. I'm like, what the hell is going on? That's media darling, favoritism.
See, that's why
favorites. But that's the truth. But that's true. Favorites And then you look at Allen Iverson, not a media darling. People hate on Allen Iverson. Didn't like the way he dressed and style, culturally, what he did for the game, making people feel more comfortable of being himself. The most swag, we talk about swag. Allen Iverson had swag, and he wasn't like, how we wear clothes today. Mm-hmm. But it's just like that, his overall presence. But it's just like he took that Philadelphia Sixers team to the finals, man, and he beat a top 3 best team of all time, and he won a game. It's just like, what are we doing here? We got players that's like Stephen Curry. They was talking about Stephen Curry don't have enough. He had Andrew Wiggins and Draymond Green on his team. You know what I'm saying? It's like what are we doing? That's what I'm saying. Talent, and you look at skill set, his ability to score. People are gonna talk about percentages and stuff like that. I don't care about none of that. This guy was a hooper. He was stamped. He was solidified, and it was just like anytime you cross arguably the GOAT. You crossed the GOAT.
Yeah.
Like, come on. What we doing? Like, what we doing?
I can't wait till we have an episode, bro. Like, that might be like a very lengthy episode where like we really just break down. Because I answered your question, right? He's a top 10 talent, but I can say that like about a bunch of people, right? But when we really start to list out, let's put these dudes in order. That's gonna be an episode. That's gonna be especially like the Derrick Roses of the world, because someone told me too. I'm not going to say this person's name because their identity doesn't even need to be announced. This bullshit. Derrick Rose remained healthy, he'd be the second best player of all time. And I know, what I'm saying, when we talk about injuries and the what if and even age too. But it's just something to think about. But yeah, Allen Iverson, top 10 talent in NBA history. That's tough.
No cap.
That's very tough. Because then that's opening up a major box of what ifs. Because when you start to throw out achievements out the window, when you throw out MVPs,
I'm talking about talent and skill set.
Right.
Talent and skill set. Talent and skill set go hand in hand. And it's not, that's why I always talk about. That's why I always talk about I never made a top 10 list. And that's why I've never made one, because it's gonna be a lot of people upset.
What?
Because
that's weak.
Because you have to because the way I view it is very different than the way people reading off names like Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain. It was 8 teams in the league. It's just like, and Bill Russell was on the damn super team. It's just like, come on now. It's just like, if you got to be a historian of the game. So I can't sit up and say like, that's why you have to separate. You got to separate GOAT legacy, top 10 players with the GOAT legacy. When we talk about accomplishments, you got to separate top 10 talent and skill. And then if you want to get really dicey, you want to make one list, you got to combine the both. You can't just go off of legacy only, talent only. So that's why I never made a list, but because that's how I make the list. And that's how lists should be made when we talk about all-time lists. It shouldn't just be this guy got 5 rings, this guy got 6 rings, this guy got 4 rings. He's a top 10 player of all time. No.
But to me, it all depends on what the question is, right? So if you're talking about who's the most talented player, I'm with you. That goes out the window. But if you're talking about legacy, championships is a part of it.
Of course.
Like
you combine both. That's what I said. You combine both, because I'm going to be honest. Magic Johnson, as great as Magic Johnson is, legacy, stamped. You can argue that it's probably so many players that's more talented than Magic Johnson.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. So it's just, that's all I'm saying. So you gotta combine it. You gotta combine the two. Like Kevin Durant. Legacy, he got rings, finals MVPs, talent. To me, if I made a top 10 list, guess who's on there?
Kevin Durant.
And a lot of people feel that. No. It's a lot of people that. It's a lot of people that feel that he's not a top 10 player of all time. But I
don't think there's anyone that would say like, hell no, he's not a top 10.
That's fair. But I'm just saying, it's a lot of people that will really get upset about that situation. People are getting upset. We have people on this podcast interviewing people talking about they don't respect Kevin Durant's rings. It's just we got people. It's people when you say Kevin Durant. Trolls come out everywhere. People come out everywhere. It's just like,
it's funny. It ain't even just Oklahoma City trolls. Like, if I was from Oklahoma City, I'll be pissed forever too. I ain't gonna hold you. But damn,
we got NBA analysts coming on national
television sitting up saying that Giannis' legacy is better than Kevin Durant's legacy because Giannis won a championship.
Dolo. Or,
he won a championship with the Bucks. And I'm just like, pump the brakes. Who did he beat? You know what? He went through. Look at the teams he went through. Like, he didn't go through a healthy Nets team. He beat the Hawks.
Guy though.
He beat the Hawks, and Trae Young was hurt. You know, like he went through Chris Paul. It ain't Chris Paul 36, 37 years old. Chris Paul.
No.
Chris Paul.
No.
That's
now.
That's
don't
not
use that as
just
an
a fact.
age thing.
That's just a
don't
fact.
use that as an age thing.
That's just a fact. That's just a fact, bro. We not gonna sit here and pretend like the Suns benefited as well. But we not gonna. Devin Booker was in his first playoff run, his playoff series. So it's just like Devin Booker is great, but it ain't like he beat Kawhi Leonard. It's not like he beat Stephen Curry. It's not like he beat LeBron James. Like, we gotta keep it 100, bro. Like,
that's a fact.
Who you play matters, and who you beat matters. So it's just like all that, like, people want to talk about like that situation. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's just like, it don't make no sense to me because people start looking at these awards and stuff. Like, Giannis got a Defensive Player of the Year, Finals MVP, this and that, 2 MVPs, and like, oh, he won a championship, so his legacy is better than Kevin Durant. Kevin damn Durant, who got 2 Finals MVPs, who made the Golden State Warriors a dynasty, one of the greatest scorers of the history of the game, won an MVP as well. Also, it's just like probably would have 3-peated if he didn't get hurt. It's just like, damn, like
he would have.
Like come on. Like he almost beat the Bucks by himself. His toes on.
Yeah.
He almost beat them boys by himself with James Harden hobbling on one leg, torn hamstring and all.
Yeah.
So like, come on, like, bro. We can hit it right there. I'm tired of it.
Man is vexed.
I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
We gonna have to make a list. It's summertime. We might as well just get to it. We gonna have to just get to it. We just got to get to it.
That's what we want. That's what the folks want.
We just
got
got to
this
get
man
to
up.
We just got to
get these
to
rankings
it.
going sometime.
Yeah, we got to get to it. I don't like doing it, but we had to do an all-time list for Slam.
Let's get it going.
We had to do an all-time list for Slam for real.
That makes me happy.
It may be time.
We gonna get cursed out, but I can't wait.
It may be time. And I want to make sure that we gonna have under the image or under the caption that we talk about combining talent and legacy.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm ruining the surprise. Everybody on my top 10 list has multiple chips. All right, so y'all get ready. You know what I'm saying? If your favorite player don't got no chips, hey, sorry, it is what it is. But that's my damn list. Everybody got multiple rings. All right, so yeah, we'll see y'all next episode.
It's your boy, K. Smith, also known as A-Kiss. Make sure you guys go follow No Pump Fakes wherever you get your podcasts.